All right, so there are two sides to this article that I really need to address. The first side is I don't understand why the IRS has a social media account. How much do you think they budget for that service? I'm going to guarantee it's more than your business spends on social media. Meanwhile, all they're doing is posting pictures of the IRS commissioner's cat. So here's the other side of this, and this is where the tax influencers start fighting. I try to remain unbothered by it because somewhere between the two sides of that fight is the actual truth, and that's what I want to talk to you about right now. There are a lot of really smart people out there that feed you bite-sized morsels of tax strategies and tax loopholes and tax opportunities on social media. But the reality is all of this stuff is way more nuanced than I can convey to you in a short video. And in fact, not only is it nuanced, if you're going to make this work, it needs to be personalized to you because everybody's business is a little bit different. So yes, you are going to see snippets of information out there on the internet that are just a little bit wrong or a little bit inaccurate when it comes to tax strategy. And you just need to be aware of that. On the other hand, there are people out there that are just relaying flat out wrong information, but they're doing it to hopefully get you excited about hiring their business. So here's what it really comes down to. Here's what you need to do to find the truth. The reality is you're only going to get the good advice personalized to your business if you hire someone to help you with it. You're not going to get good advice that you can then go implement from a 60-second video on social media. The second thing you should do is you should ask for sources. And this is true both for tax professionals and for the IRS. The IRS actually provides information through their social media and on their website that's incorrect. But if somebody tells you about an opportunity that seems too good to be true, have them cite their sources for you. And it shouldn't be some random blog post or even some article on the IRS website. It should typically cite to the actual law or the regulations that have been put in place to interpret that law. There has been information on the IRS website, on instruction forms that the IRS provides for different forms that's straight up wrong or inaccurate. And here's the third piece of this is you need to understand the nuance of tax law. There are certain things under the tax law that are black and white, but in the thousands of pages of tax code and the thousands of court cases every single year that interpret that code and those laws, there's a lot of gray area and there's a lot of nuance. And unfortunately, for too many people, they don't have the attention spans to listen through and pay attention to that. So they think they can get good tax advice from social media. The whole point of social media is just to get you interested in the idea, to educate that there's opportunities out there for you to save that you may not know about. So don't take something you hear in some stupid video and don't go put it in place without actually hiring a professional, understanding where the law comes from and what authority they're citing and how specifically it applies to your business, where you are in the gray area and how risky or conservative you're being in your approach. And when you can understand that, that's when you're making good decisions when it comes to your taxes.